Hi, this is Reich, and today I want to share with you 3 books that every high-performing entrepreneur must read. In my time, I have read hundreds and hundreds of books on personal development, how to be a better entrepreneur, on business, high performance, etc., etc. And today I want to share with you the 3 books that I think are probably the absolute best of the best, the cream of the crop. If you really, really want to be a high-performing entrepreneur and perform at your best, I really think you have to check out these 3 books. So let's get to it. The first book is this book called Chasing Excellence by Ben, I don't know how you say his last name, Bergeron. So this book is absolutely amazing. In this book, the author, Ben, he is a CrossFit coach who coaches the world's greatest CrossFit athletes. And this book is told through the lens of the CrossFit Games, which is really, really interesting because and this is always true, but it's a great kind of example, is that the CrossFit Games every year, I believe there's about 50 people are invited to the CrossFit Games. These are the top 50 CrossFitters on earth. And to just give you an idea, in order to qualify for the CrossFit Games, they start out by doing open competition where really anyone can, they give the workouts online and anyone can do the workouts to see if they qualify. And typically like 500,000 or so people actually try out, they do the workouts. And of those 500,000 people, only 50 actually make it to the games. So these are these people, just to get to the games, they're the literal 1% of 1% of 1%. But the thing that's even more interesting is that of those 50 people, when the games start, there is typically only 2 to 3 people that actually have a chance to win the game. Because this is always the case that if you take any group of people, there is typically that just top percentile is typically better than the other 95% put together. That's always the way it is. If you look at in the NBA, for example, like the top 3 players, people like LeBron James and Stephen Curry, they're way better than everybody below them. Or if you think about sports, think about Tom Brady being way better and Aaron Rodgers being way better than every other quarterback. It's the same thing in all contexts. So the question is, how do you become in that top 1% of 1%? Well, this book really does break it down. It talks about really just kind of the secrets that really separate those top 1% of 1% champions from others. So I invite you to check out the book to check out the details. But if you really want to be in that top 1% of 1%, this is really your textbook. This is your guidebook on how to do it. So that is Chasing Excellence. Read this book. Second book is this book called Coming Alive by Phil Stutz and Barry Michaels. This is one of my all-time favorite books, and this book is really going to make you into an amazing human being and an amazing high performer. The subtitle of this book is 4 Tools to Defeat Your Inner Enemy, Ignite Creative Expression, and Unleash Your Soul's Potential. This book is great because it has a very, very practical application, and there really is a lot of spiritual lessons in it. And more importantly, the book gives specific tools and practices on how to really overcome adversity, how to respond back from challenges, and things along those lines. Because here's the thing, really, as an entrepreneur, you're always going to be facing challenges. And the best entrepreneurs are ones who embrace those challenges and are able to overcome those challenges. And really, there's this idea that your ability to get outside your comfort zone, overcome challenges, that really is what life is all about. That's what's going to make you stronger and stronger and stronger. So the purpose of life is to grow. And the way we grow is through challenges. Therefore, challenges are amazing, challenges are awesome. But not everybody has the tools on how to actually overcome those challenges on a regular basis. So this book shows you exactly how to do it. And it gives you just amazing exercises. The authors are very spiritual as well, and they show you how to release what's called the life force, which is really this kind of all-powerful force. You might call it the universe, you might call it God, et cetera, and how to harness it to make the world a better place and to make you a better person as well. So this book, again, is absolutely amazing. It's very practical, it's very spiritual, and it's one of those things where if you read this book and do these things, you will just up level to an amazing level. So next book, my final book, and this book, I actually did save the best for last. The other two books are amazing, but this book, Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, I actually think this is probably the most powerful personal development, high performance book I've ever read. Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. This book really is, it's called Small Changes That, the subtitle is Small Changes That Change Everything. This book, BJ Fogg, he's an expert on behavioral design. He is really the world's foremost expert on this topic. If you've ever wondered how do I adopt new habits? How can I want to do X, I want to work out more, I want to be more productive. How do I actually do it? If you're watching this video, you've probably heard about things like, do things for 21 days. You might have even read books like Atomic Habits by James Clear. You might have even heard of this book, and you might know about habits. But this book is so good because it shows you exactly step by step how to design any new behavior you're looking for. And if you look at, hopefully we can, it has all of these amazing flow charts. Like this is, I'm looking at here, this is the Behavioral Change Master Plan. It gives you the different phases. Start here, do this. If that doesn't work, do that. It is a literal roadmap for behavioral design. So for example, if you want to be more productive, if you want to eat better, if you want to work out more, if you want to write X amount of words per day, if you want to become a better leader and communicate better, this book is the literal cookbook, the literal roadmap on how to do it. So I think these three books actually work together really well. Chasing Excellence gives a lot of really practical, great strategies and kind of gives you kind of that overall roadmap on how to be an A+ high performer. Coming Alive is going to show you how to really increase your mindset to become even more powerful using both practical and spiritual tools. And then Tiny Habits really puts everything together, and it's going to show you how to step by step really adopt these things into your life, which is going to make you literally an unstoppable entrepreneur. So read these books, do these things. Again, they are Chasing Excellence, Coming Alive, and then my favorite, Tiny Habits. Check out these books, and I promise you, you are going to become even more of a badass than you already are. So hopefully this was helpful. This is Ron Reich. Let me know, have you read any of these books? Which of these books are you most excited to read? Comment below and let me know. And if this is your first time here, please subscribe. I'll talk to you very soon.